Perfect. So, hey, you guys, it's LaShawn here, and thank you so much for joining us for Tuesday night's training. We have an awesome spotlight speaker tonight, and I get the privilege of introducing her because she's on my team. That's the only reason why. So, Jennifer Moser, I know she doesn't like this, but a lot of times we call her PH because there's a lot of Jennifers around, and she is the only PH Jennifer we know. So if you ever hear us say PH, then you know who we're talking about. But Jennifer is going to be sharing with us tonight about the importance of a positive mindset.
PH.
All right, and she's going to be talking about goal setting. So thank you guys for joining in. But Jennifer is we kind of call her the mastermind of mindset. She was working hard and digging deep with mindset before we even knew what mindset was. And to top it off, Jennifer has just received her certification from the Social Selling Leadership Academy as a certified mindset and life coach. So she not only walks the walk and talks the talk, but she also has the credentials to back it up. So I am just turning this over to Jennifer. She knows what she's doing. She's handling it, and I know it's going to be awesome. All right, Jennifer, take it away.
All right, thank you. Hi guys. For those of you that don't know me, I am Jennifer Moser, and I have been a consultant for, it'll be 3 years, the end of this May. And when I started, I didn't have much guidance. And about 8 months in, I finally reached out to LaShawn and gained that courage and asked for help because the person that recruited me didn't help me. So I, after a year being in, I got laid off, and I have been working on my mindset since, because in sales, as you all know, we have to have a positive mindset. So I've been working on it really hard, and so it's been about 2 years. So I'm going to start it off with, so 3 laws of the mind. We're not taught the power of our mind. We are not taught how to think the right way. We just live our lives. We end up thinking all the worst case scenarios. It is something that's tied into our survival. Our brain is always in survival mode. So a little bit about the 3 laws of the mind. It's so powerful to understand that you are actually creating stuff in your life, and it can take, and if you can take responsibility for the thought that is going on in our heads, we can completely shift the way our life is going and what your future will look like. So we have 2 parts of our brain. We have our conscious mind, and we have our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind of our brain is constantly thinking, that we're aware of. It's the part that's rational, it's planning, thinking part of our brain. It's also part of our brain that is the worst case scenario and plan A through plan Z. So we tend to think of all the things that can go wrong and then plan out all the worst case scenarios. With our subconscious mind, it's the really, really powerful part. It has 2 parts. If somebody could please mute. One part is the part of our brain that controls all of our bodily functions. So it makes sure that we're breathing, that when we are sleeping, our breathing is slower, our heart rate is slower.
2 or 3 hours until you get back.
Can somebody please mute? I'll mute them. Okay, sorry. That when we eat something, we chew, but are we consciously thinking beyond swallowing? Are we consciously thinking of, okay, stomach acid, now start breaking down that food? We don't consciously think about so many things that happen in our body. The subconscious mind knows what's supposed to be happening for our bodies. We have all those bodily functions that our mind is subconsciously taking care of. And then the other part of our subconscious is the memory keeper of your life. So every single experience you have ever had from birth until now has been recorded in your brain, And every time we have really emotional, impactful events, whether it's a positive emotion or a negative emotion event, it is being recorded into our brain. Like a program gets recorded into a computer. So every time we have told ourselves, like, I can't do this business because this, that, and the other, or every time someone else told you, you can't do that, that's crazy. So those things are recorded. The more times we have said things to ourselves, or the more times we've heard those things, those get recorded and get more powerful. Our brains are malleable, and even as we age, we can actually create new neural pathways in our brains. So those programs, those recordings of doubt, of fear, the fear of rejection, the statements we told ourselves over and over throughout our lives. We can shift and create a new neural pathway that's healthier, that's more positive, that sees ourselves as successful. And I'm going to teach you how to do that in a little bit. So you have the conscious mind, which is rational thinking, and then the planning part. Then you have the conscious mind, which is rational thinking and planning part. Then you have the unconscious part that takes care of all your bodily functions, and then the part that is the memory keeper. So think about it like your computer. When you're on your laptop, it might be plugged in, or maybe it's got the battery going, and or we click to open up Instagram or whatever. We can consciously see the words we are trying, but we don't see the background programming, actually putting the letters up on the screen or moving the mouse or clicking and allowing the computer to link up to Instagram or Facebook. So the conscious mind is the screen, what you see. The subconscious mind is all the programming of the computer in the back end, the part that really makes everything run. So we're going to go ahead and change that programming. I'm going to teach you how you change the programming and create new programs, new neural pathways for your brain to function on so that you can live your life feeling more in control, so you can live your life succeeding beyond your wildest dreams, and so you can build a business in a way that grows. So the first rule of law of the mind is every thought creates a physical or chemical change. Comment in the comment section about how many thoughts do you think we think per day? All of the thoughts, how many do you think that is? Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands? Go ahead and put it in the chat. 100,000, 10,000. So researchers have shown that we typically think about 20 to 30,000 thoughts per day. We think 20 to 30,000 thoughts a day, but are we consciously aware of every single thought? That would be really crazy for our heads, if you think about it. That little voice in the back of our heads that is constantly talking and telling you, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't eat that. I'd rather have cake. All those tiny whispers in the back of your head. That's your inner voice talking to you. All of those thoughts. And if law of mind is that every single thought that you have creates some kind of physical or chemical change. 20 to 30,000 is a whole lot of thoughts. So I want you to think of nails on a chalkboard. Did you start cringing? Your subconscious mind being able to go into all those programs that are in our brains and find that file, find that program of nails on a chalkboard and create the chemical and physical change for you to start cringing. So law number 2 is you can only think one thing at a time. You cannot think two things at the same time. When you think two things at the same time, your subconscious mind goes, whoa, I don't know which one you want me to think. So I'm not, and I'm just going to stay here until you give me a clear direction. Your subconscious mind always wants your highest good. It's always working and wanting to help you, but it can't help us if we are not giving it if we're giving it conflicting messages. So how many of you think of thoughts like this? I really want to get all these things done today, but I'm so busy and I'm so overwhelmed and I know if I'm going to get them done or not. Or I really want to rank up in my business, but I don't recruit people. I just don't think I can do it. I hope that I can go on this trip, but I don't know if I can go. It's so expensive and there's so many things I have to do. We don't think the thought, but then our mind goes into all what if this, what if that, but worst case scenarios. I can't, and so on. So are we constantly saying the things we desire or that we choose or what our goals are, but then we are canceling them out by all the negative stuff right after? So our brain says, which one do you want? Do you want to be successful or do you want to fail? Do you want to hit rank? Our brains cannot function on conflicting thoughts. What I encourage you to do is when you think about that thought of what you desire or what your goal is, go through all the worst case scenarios, plan it all out, get it all out of the way, and then shut the door to all that negativity and know that if and when you have to open the door to get to access any of those worst case scenarios that you've already planned out, start focusing on the goal that you choose or that thing you desire. Excuse me. Any other thoughts that pop in, which inevitably they will, I want you to use this little tool. Every time you say a statement of what your goals are or what you desire, and that little voice comes in and tells you, wait, you can't do that. And the doubt and the fear and whatever and all that comes in, I want you to say in your brain and to yourself, cancel, cancel, or delete, delete. Every time you say cancel, cancel, or delete, delete, delete is going to break that pattern. Our brain is used to the pattern of saying, I want this, but I choose this. The program is super powerful in your brain. It becomes this automatic background noise that we're just always saying. It's just like the background low grade voice in our heads that's constantly chatting back there, telling us we can't do it. We have said to ourselves for so long, but here's how you break it. You say cancel, cancel, or delete, delete. Then replace it with the thought of what you do choose. I choose to grow my business successfully, sustainably, organically, in a way that is authentic to me. I hit blank rank by whatever month. Okay, maybe you don't hit that rank that month. It's okay, extend it. But pick a date, pick a month, pick an actual time so that your brain knows what you really, really choose. Don't be vague so you don't get disappointed, because your brain will be like, okay, someday you will get to director 3 years from now. But like, if you want that particular rank and you choose it, let's do this. Let's tell the brain, let's tell the world, let's tell the universe, the rank is mine. Claim it. You deserve it. You're going to work for it. You're going to grow your business. You're going to grow yourself. And any of us can get to the goal that we desire and choose. So 2 words I want you to take out of your vocabulary are try and don't. You cannot try anything and be successful, because your brain is like, huh? You want me to try and hit this rank? I don't understand what that means. What does hitting the next rank look like? What does committing to hitting this rank look like? When you are actually following through with the things every day or every moment that you have time set aside to work on your business, do you see the difference? Doing, committing, choosing means that your brain knows you are 100% committed to the task. The brain, for whatever reason, doesn't compute the word don't. So when you say, I don't want to fail, I don't want to get rejected, I don't and try, just cancel those out from this, excuse me, point on. Catch yourself and say cancel, cancel, or delete, delete, and then replace it with the thought of what you desire. So law 3 is your thoughts precede your reality. Your thoughts actually come before your reality. Scientists have this to be true, and the scientists have shown that those 20 to 30,000 thoughts that we think per day actually are little waves of energy. Every single thought we have is a wave of energy that leaves our head, and the law of energy is anything that leaves its original source comes back to its original source. So all those thoughts we're thinking, all those negative thoughts are going out, then coming back to us and creating our reality. So if we can change our thinking, think of what we can create. If we can change our thought process that we are creating our own reality, we typically think life happened to us. But now you can understand that if our thoughts are creating our reality, then we have the capability to create anything in our lives. We have more control than ever. Yes, bad things happen and you can handle them, and you have support of the people around you to help you through hard times that we don't choose, that come into our life that are not by choice. However, why not think the things that we do choose and desire? Why not put the things out that we do want to happen to us instead of putting out all that negativity, all the fear, all the doubt, all the what if and buts? So start putting those thoughts of what you choose that helps you grow yourself and grow your business. Create the life you want, the life you dream of, the relationships you desire. Manifest them, bring them into your life. You deserve it. The only way you're going to create the life you want is by claiming it. So do cancel, cancel, delete, delete, and put in what you desire and what you choose. It's going to be scary for some because most of the time we really don't know what we want. But when you actually claim that as yours, it's different, it's heart pounding, and it's exciting. So now I'm going to share my screen, and I have a slide that I'm gonna, what I learned about our brains in this coaching thing that I just got. I'm going to share my screen. It's really actually like, if I would have known this a long time ago, I would be further along, but we're right where we need to be, right? All right, let me share my screen. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me hit present. All right. So I need to move these pictures. Okay. Our brains are always looking for evidence to form a belief. To form a new thought, it takes a lot of repetition to create a new thought. It takes a lot more effort not building the new thought. You are not your thoughts, you're just the thinker of your thoughts. And I love that phrase that Kristen, I don't think Kristen Boss made it up, but I think somebody else did. But
Hey, PH, I'm just seeing click to exit full. Is it me or is everybody else seeing that?
I'm seeing it too.
okay.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. It wasn't that way a minute ago.
All right, let's see. Stop share. And let's bring it over here. Share. All right, let's try this again. Can you guys see it now? No. All right.
Didn't share again.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Where is it? I have two screens and I'm not used to it. I've had it for like a week, so I'm trying to like, okay.
You share on the screen that you're looking at a while ago. I don't know what you did. It was when you started hit present, that's when it said click exit to see full screen.
All right. So let me know now. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
So I'm gonna hit present and then let's see if it, because I think it went away when I hit present. Can you guys see it still?
Yes.
Okay. Yay.
Now I see two pictures. Do you see two pictures?
No, I see just
I
the
see two pictures.
presentation.
I see where it says present in a smaller one and then the bigger one behind it. It
I
looks
see
like
two too.
it looks like
Yeah.
it looks like we're looking at Canva.
Okay. So can you see any of my slides?
We see the
No.
slides at the bottom in like thumbprint, whatever, thumbnails, and we see the big one now. We can see it now. You left us.
All right. Share. Okay. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll just do it this way then. Because I think when I hit
Perfect.
present, it just goes away for you guys. So I don't know. So
And Jennifer, if you minimize the menu to the side of the screen, just make it small, like where it says add heading and all that, then it'll make your picture bigger. Just kind of drag that over on the side where it says, yeah, add heading, add subheading.
okay, can you guys see? Still?
Yes.
Looks good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, looks good.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. So our brains are always looking for evidence to form a belief. To form a new thought, it takes a lot of repetition to create a new thought. So it takes a lot more effort building the new thought. You are not your thoughts, you're just the thinker of your thoughts. So the back brain is what they call it's called the primal brain or the back brain or lizard brain. It's wired to ensure survival only. So I know when I did my first ever training, when I did this for Ellington's group, I was so scared and I had to do coaching around it. And I came up with what I needed to do to get to it. But now I feel like more comfortable doing it. I was a little scared today, but not really. Not like I was last time. So like our brains want to tell us that we're going to die if we're in fear mode. It runs the show when survival is threatened. And when you are in fear, this part of the brain is running the show. And then the prefrontal cortex, it's the higher reasoning, which is the front of the brain. Logical problem solving, imaginative info processing, only online when it's not, when you're not perceived, when you're going through something that's not perceived as a threat. And then you have the limbic system, which controls behavior essential to survival. It also puts you in fight, flight, or freeze, fawn response. So fight is combat and confront. Flight is leave and avoid. Freeze is inability to process or respond. And then when you're in fawn, it's you accommodate and people please. And then you have the hippocampus, which is part of the limbic system located in the temporal lobe. And that's the emotional responses with the fight flight. You recall and regulation of emotional memories. So it keeps those, like, I don't know if maybe you went through something as a child, it keeps those memories in the back. And it'll come out when, I don't know, something happens that's kind of like that. So the amygdala, it regulates our perceptions, our reactions to aggression and fear. And when we remember prior that we're dangerous, it stimulates the brain to remember the details so we learn to avoid it. And then our brain likes to keep us safe. And as soon as it tells us that we're unsafe, it tells you not to do it. And actually growth equals unsafe. Our brains tell us that. And I know that I've been through that many times. So some areas of the brain function solely to ensure your survival. Their job is to keep you alive, but not necessarily to thrive. When thinking a negative thought, say to yourself, here's the story my brain is telling me. And then replace it with a better thought. These are the categories of safe and unsafe that our brain tells us. So safe for our brain is familiar, security, predictable, comfortable, community, normal, expected, conventional, acceptance. And then what our brain tells us that is unsafe is if we do a risk, if we do something that we've never done before. Uncertainty, unfamiliar, failure, isolation, rejection, exposure, unexpected, and unconventional. And then I thought this was pretty, I guess this is what I wanted in the beginning of becoming I wanted everything like right now, but everything takes time. So energy, we're going to have to actually expend energy and work. For time, the life and results you want make time and patience, or take time and patience, and then some more. And then you have to do massive effort. Most people underestimate the amount of time, effort, and energy that is required to build the life they want and love. And we have to expect delayed gratification, not expecting instantaneous rewards. And then long-term thinking, where are you going in 1 year, 5 year, 10 years? And what habits are you willing to develop to get there? So we have to decide that. And then time plus efficiency, get a daily planner. I've started doing a daily planner, and what I need to get done in that hour, that's all I'm doing. So I carve out time to do my bookings. And then we tend to get much of what we want so easily that when life and results we want don't instantly materialize after a small effort. Don't stop doing the work. So now I wanted to get into goal setting, because I don't think that in my first year or whatever, I knew to set goals. But it is so important that you set goals and come up with your why. So when you see your goal written down and know what you're going for, you're going to continue to work on your business. It gives you accountability. It helps you focus, motivates you, and it allows us to create a vision of how we want our business to look like. Okay.
Let's take on 3-0.
Can somebody
all
please
the players doing
mute?
very well in the first round. Rotimi will select first in Double Jeopardy after this. Generalized myasthenia gravis made my...
Who's ever
Why am I
watched-
still hearing his mouth?
But the picture started changing when I started on Vyvgart.
Vyvgart is for
I
adults
just
with
lost my
generalized myasthenia gravis.
Can somebody
or
please mute?
anti-AChR antibody positive. In a clinical trial, Vyvgart significantly improved most participants' ability to do daily.
Okay, creating your why. It is so important to get to your why. For example, when I first became a consultant, my why was to have extra money for family vacations, and I could go on family vacations and create memories. This helped me when I was in the first stages of creating a customer base. And when it felt like the work I was putting in didn't seem to matter, because when I was in the valley of disappointment, which we will have valleys of disappointments, I didn't quit. Never give up, because when most quit, the breakthrough is just around the corner. And then when you're creating your why, you want to be very clear on your why. For example, if you want to make 12,000 for the year with your business, what would you do with the extra money? So be very clear on what you would do with the extra $1,000 a month. And then when you know what the extra money is going towards, it's much harder to negotiate with yourself to not do the things you need to do with your business. It helps you have a desire, and it will complete you to work. It will compel you to work because you know what you're working for. Your desire is always competing with your excuses. So if you don't have enough desire, excuses will always win. And then you'll want to create a vision board of where you want your future self to be in either 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years from now. And then ask yourself, is my vision so compelling that I'm willing to step into being this person that other people might not understand? And that's it. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to open it up for questions or whatever.
I
I don't
don't have, I don't have a question, but I wish I'd written it down. One of the things that you went through was just like so me that, I'm gonna listen to this recording again.
Oh, LaShawn. So I remember it wasn't this past August, but it was the August before. I remember Ellington going live on her page and telling us all to do a high five habit and post the picture. It didn't happen overnight, but within 2 weeks, so that's that following the September after that August, I only had 6 shows and I was crying and I was so ready to throw in the towel. And Ellington posted that and I started doing it. And it's the high five habit. There's a book and it's the high five habit by Mel Robbins. And when she talked about it, I started doing it and I started posting the picture. To make a long story short, I ended up in that September having 16,000 in sales with only having 6 parties booked. And I still do it to this day. I wake up in the morning and I don't look at my phone. I don't talk to anybody. I go straight to the bathroom and I brush my teeth and I give myself a high five. And I say, I'm a booking magnet. I'm a recruiting magnet. And I say, I'm going to make $5,000 in sales today or whatever. And I don't always get $5,000 in sales a day, but I get some sales. So, if you guys want to look for self-help books, I highly recommend The High Five Habit because I read it and it's so encouraging. I think there was a story about she started it on her social media and there was somebody that had cancer and she did that high five all the time and that put that positivity out there and she ended up beating cancer. So I don't know. Yeah, I do the high five habit every day and I was doing it with my team, but then they weren't doing it back. So
I work in mental health. I'm a case manager, but I do rehab with clients. I'm also a wellness coach. And a lot of times, when people are in that spot, you're trying to help them get to where they're having positivity, because if they can be positive about something, it's going to beget more positivity, right?
mm-hmm.
And so I try, to introduce them to doing a daily affirmation, as soon as they get up out of bed. It's like you said, you do your high five, when you get up, thinking something positive or just something that they're thankful for or something good about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They think about it a little bit, they'll come up with something. And, just keep reminding themselves to get up with that positive mindset. Because I mean, if you get up and you stub your toe and you don't try to have an affirmation, the rest of your day's gonna, be that way if you let it get away from you. So that's just something that, I find this really interesting because this is my wheelhouse. So
Good. Yes. I wish I knew about it like my first year, like I said. And I think it needs to be taught more. So I was happy to do it when LaShawn asked me. So. And it's getting easier and easier. It's my second time ever doing a training. So anybody else have anything or I mean
So
you
I
don't
learned,
have to ask. Oh, go ahead.
hi, my name's Andrea Walters. I'm underneath Denny's and I'm on the Eastern Shore in the eastern part of the United States. So we're being hit by that storm that I think you guys already dealt with. But anyway, I just learned yesterday about the high five. I work in special education for a school system, and they were having the kids do it. And by the first comment that the instructor gave to the kids, it was kind of interesting. These are kids with intellectual disabilities or autism. And the change that it made in them, I thought, why am I sitting here just watching them? As an administrator, I started participating, and that definitely got a reaction out of them. But I noticed a difference in myself, and I noticed a difference in them. However, they do it with a stretch. They raise their left hand, pick up your right hand, and hit it above your head, so that you're giving yourself a high five, like you're walking by somebody. And it really made a difference. So I definitely think that's a great affirmation or activity to do. I'm going to try it first thing in the morning. I thought about it all day today and I didn't get to see the kids today because of the weather, but definitely something to try. So great idea. I'm going to order the book tonight.
It's by Mel Robbins, if anybody wants to know. I'll put it in the chat so you guys can. I got it from Amazon.
Okay, thank you.
Oop, high five habit, not high five, sorry. And it could be like to stay focused, or, if you want to start off with baby steps. But yeah, I do it when I brush my teeth in the morning because that's the first thing I do. So I remember to do it then. If you guys have questions with anything else, if it's not about mindset, I can I can help with that too. So. Yeah, you want to do, doing a vision board. I just got some magazines. I have one, but it needs to be updated. It's from last year. And I got some of it. So
Yeah, I'm excited. I read the 12-week year just recently with some other people with Pampered Chef, which was really a great book as far as goal setting. And I love the planner I have. It's the Bloom planner. So it really has a lot of places that you can put stuff. And it's weird because the first part of that planner is all about self-evaluation and writing things down that you love about yourself. And I don't know why that's hard. I mean, I haven't done it yet. You know what I mean? But things that kind of affirmations and that kind of stuff, anyway, I have like some big goals for this year, and I just really
write
want
it
to see.
down. Be clear.
Yeah, I really want to see them happen. I've got to work on my house. I'm planning to sell my house at the beginning of next year. And yeah, I have lots of, anyway, but I think that goal setting is so great. And it's so good. I've had like all this stuff written down today. Half of the stuff I haven't still even gotten done, but it's good to see it and to have it on paper, Anyway.
You're more likely to do what you need to do with your business if you write it down and you're clear. And LaShawn says, sometime it helps to ask others what your strengths are, because many times we don't see it in ourselves when we are in a mindset of deficient, not enough.
And I'm going to say one more thing, because I am an old lady, okay? I'm in my late 60s and stuff. And that not enough thing has like been my partner in life a lot of my life. You know what I mean?
You're going to have to train
And
your brain.
even though it's weird because like I know all the good things about me, I know I persevere and I'm bright and all those kind of other things, just the things that are good about me. But that one thing about my brain can still tweak me sometimes. Anyway.
All right, I know we have about 6 more minutes. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to help. If not, I mean, we can all go and get ready for the Pampered Chef Live.
Can somebody post that link in one of the chats? I'm just curious. Is that open to everybody or is that something that's different?
It is on your website. When you go to explore, and then you just sign up for it really quick and they'll email you back the link to go to it. So you go to explore, and then where it says table, you'll hit find and share upcoming live events. So maybe this week I'm gonna give you guys an assignment to do. So I think it would be really cool if we did in the chats, a high five to each other and claim what we want, like high five to a great day or high five to being a booking magnet. Because when you sit down and do booking messages, you have to tell yourself you're gonna get bookings. And I do, and I get 3 to 5 a day. And I've been in Messenger jail a lot, and I get them to message me, and I've been able to get bookings that way because I'm sitting there and I'm claiming it. So we should give each other high five with your photo tomorrow morning when you start your day. That way we can all be positive.
I like that.
That was LaShawn's idea. I'm just reading what she said. I'm not gonna take credit for
Okay,
that.
feel good.
And then set a goal for the month, like booking, recruiting, sales, and then send it to your upline or friend to help you hold you accountable. I think I have like several accountability groups, so gonna tell them all. They can all hold me accountable. All right, I will get this recording downloaded and I will send it in the chats. And I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye now.
Thank you.
Bye,
welcome.
thank you.